I went through some
Hi, it's your girl Say Dog.
I work at a Japanese restaurant in Los Angeles, and over the years, I have been spat on, made fun of, laughed at, hollered at, and just like a plethora of crazy things have happened. Some are hilarious, some are disgusting, and some will make you genuinely question humanity. So welcome to my vlog slash TED Talk. I guess this is kind of like a podcast, possibly a trauma dump, honestly. This vlog is going to be a little bit different than my usual. I am here in my home and with a makeshift mic. I don't have a podcast mic because that's not what I do, but I have this mic just chilling. Today I've gathered 5 different stories. I'm about to tell you the most unhinged restaurant stories. I'm sure that the people who work in the customer service industry can relate to me, so here we go. I've worked in the restaurant industry for over a decade, and I've worked at this particular restaurant for over 7 years. I actually helped open the first location, and when we opened the second one in this neighborhood, it was like we opened a portal to the most chaotic bunch of people ever. And I'm not even joking when I say this. For some reason, the customers that we got in the first location and the customers that we got in the second location are completely different. I don't know what it is about the neighborhood of the restaurant. To be honest, most of the time, it's pretty chill. Except for like 1 or 2 weird things that happen on the weekends. Let me start by setting the scene, just so that I can give you guys kind of like an idea of the type of place I work at. I work at a Japanese restaurant in a pretty buzzing neighborhood. I would say it's lively on the weekends. There's like events happening, and there's thrift stores and little shops and really good food, not only at my restaurant, but in the neighboring restaurants. And it's fun. It's a fun area. But if you make a little bit of a turn into a different neighborhood, I would say it gets a little sketchy. Not gonna lie, it gets a little sketchy. And my restaurant in particular reminds you a little bit of Japan. We serve this specific type of Japanese street food. Because we serve that food, we have this thing called teppan, which is a hot pan, basically on every single table. And the reason why we have that is because we want to create that atmosphere. And we do this in our 7 locations that we have in Japan as well. So your food gets served onto this hot pan, and you can sit around the table, have conversations, and enjoy your meal while your food stays hot. Now, this pan is not for you to cook food at all, okay? It's not hot enough to cook your food. If you put water on it, it's not gonna sizzle. If you put your hands on the pan for more than 3 seconds, you're gonna be like, oh my God. If you like touch it for a second, it's not gonna burn. You're not gonna burn. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I'm saying this because this is important for like the stories coming up. We bring authenticity. We want people in America to experience this type of dining. You know, it's communal dining. So that's all I'm going to say to preface my restaurant. I'm going to begin with a light story so that I don't startle you guys. Story number 1 is called The Cod Guy. Oh my God. Okay. Cod Guy is actually hilarious. This guy and his friend walks into the restaurant, and he's like one of those guys that kind of exudes, is that even the right word? I don't know. He's the type of guy who kind of like thinks that he's God's gift to women. Like that's the energy he brings. And so as soon as I see him walk in, I'm like, oh no. So he comes in, no problem, right? I seat him, I take his drink order, I bring the drink, everything is normal. I take his food order, I bring in his food, I slide the damn thing on the pan so that his food is on the table. Very standard, very normal, nothing weird, right? Here's when it changes. He's sitting at table 5, by the way, for any of my restaurant friends that are watching this, he's sitting at table 5. Y'all know which table that is, he's sitting at table 5, imagine. So then I put his food on the table, and this man reaches into his bag and pulls out pre-marinated cod that he bought from the supermarket and slaps it on the damn pan. I'm like, what? The funny thing is, I couldn't even say no. Like, he just did it so confidently. Imagine if I went to an Italian restaurant and I just brought pre-marinated cod and I slapped it on the damn table. Everyone would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Hello? He unwraps it and he just like plops it on the hot pan as if like that's what you're supposed to do. Like, why the hell would we have a menu then? Like, why the hell would we have a menu? Here, listen. This has happened like so long ago and I still have no words. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, my manager's gonna get mad at me if I don't say anything. And then also at this point, I'm like, I don't wanna say anything because I don't wanna ruin your vibe. Like you're so confidently just slapping this marinated cod onto this pan that I just almost feel guilty for even saying anything. So I walk up very politely and I'm like, I am so sorry. You can't have outside food here. Don't make me say that. That is so weird. Don't make me. So then he was like, oh, I thought that was what you're supposed to do. Imagine if the restaurant said, bring whatever the fuck you want. You can cook it on our pan and leave. What? We will pay rent for free and you guys can come and cook your own food and eat it and then go. Imagine if that was our sign. If that, it is so questionable what people do sometimes. Like like I'm like, who taught you that? Okay, let's say it's not even an Italian restaurant. Like imagine going to Korean barbecue. Like I'm just gonna bring some pre-marinated cod and slap it on the damn pan. What the fuck? You know? This is not DIY Benihana. You know? It gets better. It gets better. It gets better. So then he's all cool. He's like, okay, whatever. I'll just eat it really fast. And I was like, okay, I wanted you to like put it away, but I guess you can eat it really fast and pretend like it never happened. He eats it. He's done eating and then he pays, right? And he gets a receipt with a pen so he can sign his name. He signs it, right? He signs it like a normal person. He writes the tip. He signs the piece of paper. And he writes on the receipt, the waitress was cool. Here's my Instagram. And writes his handle. Sir, you just marinated my soul into secondhand embarrassment and you want to leave your Instagram handle? You're the Cod Guy. Like I classified you in my head as the Cod Guy and you're trying to make moves here? I mean, yo, the confidence, honestly, that confidence was out of this world. So like by all means, you know, he's not wrong. That's how he should move. Maybe I need to learn something from him. I don't know. But obviously my coworkers and I had to do the right thing and to look up his Instagram handle, right? We can't just like let the Cod Guy be in peace. Obviously we had to like put his Instagram just to see what he's about. And obviously he had a freaking following. Like what LA guy who moves like that doesn't have a freaking following? He has a decent following. Ay. His Instagram vibe was like very influencer-y. And I'm just standing there flabbergasted at this man, looking at his handle, looking at his Instagram, and just being like, you brought outside food, broke basic restaurant etiquette, and now you're trying to holler. Like, be so for real right now. Like, do you think I'm gonna hit you up and be like, yo, let's be friends? Bro, I'm scared to be your friend. Like, imagine if we hung out and we went to an Italian restaurant and you just brought pre-marinated cod up in this place. Oh my God. Or we're like, okay, let's go get coffee and this man brings pre-marinated cod. No, we're not going to be friends. Now I'm going to move on to story number 2. And story number 2 is called Skewer Lady. Cod Guy, Skewer Lady, Cod Guy, Skewer Lady. This is like a quick one, a little bit of a riff off of the Cod Guy. Not as bad. This couple comes in fairly young, probably late 20s, and they sit at this table 1 for my server friends. Everything is normal up until the point where I bring them their food. And as soon as I bring them their food and I slide it onto the pan, this woman reaches in her purse. And I'm like, that's weird. And I've already had Cod Guy happen to me that at this point I'm like, okay, like this might be another Cod Guy situation. But it had been like 2 years since the Cod Guy that I was like, no, there can't be another. There's no way. And this lady pulls out 3 goddamn skewers from her freaking purse. She pulls out skewers and it has like chicken, veggies, and chicken and green. Like the skewer is packed. And she brought it in an aluminum foil. Aluminum foil with 3 wooden sticks hanging out from the side. I'm like, oh, hell no. Then she goes like this and puts it on the pan. Lady, this is not an at-home yakitori place, okay? You cannot just bring your skewer and put it on our damn pan. Again, our restaurant does not say bring your own food. It's not BYOF. It is bring your goddamn manners to the restaurant, order politely, and eat the damn food that we serve. Is that so hard? Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, part of my life, I grew up in Japan. I don't think it's ever, I mean, I don't know. In America, we're not allowed to bring outside food. It's rude, right? Am I missing something here? The pan is not even hot enough for this lady to grill the damn skewers. But the craziest thing, she slid the wooden stick. You know when you could put your chopsticks and you could go like this so all the meat comes off of the skewer? She slid it off. The pan is not cooking the damn meat, but she ate that shit basically half raw. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, please don't come back. Say our restaurant made you sick because that was your damn half raw skewer meat. But I guess she was fine. I mean, I don't, was she fine? I just want to know, like, are you okay? Like, I hope you're okay. Are you okay? Anyways, that story was a little bit more mild because we already had the Cod Guy and his was kind of major. Anyways, we're going to move on to story number 3. Now, this section is going to be hilarious and also disgusting at the same time. We're moving on to a section. It's called the typical LA homeless activity section, okay? This is where you kind of need some grit. Our first story in that section, which is story number 3, is called the Poopy Pants Guy. I'm going to actually give you a moment to think about what this story is going to be like. Yeah, give it a second and be like, what can this story be about? Okay, ready? To be honest, I wasn't actually there for this one, but my boyfriend was there. My boyfriend works at the same restaurant. It's a pretty laughable story. I just wanted to add it to this one because it's so funny. I'm gonna set the scene. It was a calm Thursday evening. The restaurant was vibing. Everyone was eating good. People were drinking their beers, their ice cream teas. They were having a laugh. A couple was on their first date and they were like, what's your astrology sign? And then some USC students were there. Oh my God, how was your midterm? Ha 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 ha, I did so bad, even though I stayed up all night. Yeah. So then, out of nowhere, this really tall man bursts in the scene. He storms in. He's walking. He's walking with a mission. He's walking straight through the restaurant. He's kind of looking around. He's on a mission. You could tell he's on a mission by the way he's like moving. He's kind of looking around. He's like, where? Okay? And you can see that he's searching for the bathroom, right? He's like searching for the bathroom. He's power walking. But here's the thing. The restroom is for customers only. And let me tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. And there's a clear reason. We have had multiple incidents where non-customers have come in and wrecked our bathroom, vandalized our bathroom. People have taken showers in our bathroom, not even joking, like pushing the soap, washing the hair of the body in the sink type situation, smeared some onto the walls. And we told you, if you turn the corner, it's a little bit of a sketchy neighborhood. Things have gone down. And so for that reason, restrooms are for customers only. Now, this man is walking with a purpose so fast. And my manager, my dainty, really nice Japanese manager, kind of stops him. Really brave. He politely steps in front of this man and he goes, "Excuse me, sir, the restroom is for customers only." And this man loses it. He loses it, but like says the most foul shit you've ever heard in your life. He full volume screaming goes, "I'm gonna shit my pants." Literally, I was like, "I'm gonna shit my pants." Everyone in the restaurant mid-bite just like looks up and everyone's frozen. It's an open kitchen. Our cooks are just like, my manager, frozen. He's like looking around, looks up at this tall man, quietly just shuts up, puts his head down, lets this man walk. And this homeless guy just goes and takes a in the bathroom. And the moral of the story is that sometimes you gotta just let people poop in peace. You know what I mean? Like if you gotta go, I guess you gotta go. But the fact that this man was yelling from the top of his lungs, like he was just like, "I'm gonna my pants." My biggest wonder is like, I wonder what people thought while they were eating that night. Like imagine that going down while you're eating. Like someone just screaming, "I'm gonna my pants." That story was like a cute one. This next story that I'm about to tell, story number 4, is not a cute one. Number 4 is called My Right Eye. This one is disgusting. It is like I have never experienced something like this in my life. And still to this day, I feel gross when I think about it. I feel, I don't even know. This happened on one of those Saturday nights in the summer where the sun sets at like 9 p.m. Everyone's having a good time. People are sitting in the patio. They're having a beer and there's an event going on. You can hear live music and people are just having a good time. Okay. It feels kind of like a vacation. It's peaceful. You know, it's breezy. It's hot, but it's breezy at the same time because it's 9 p.m. already. And as the night progresses, the homeless activity, it's at its peak. You know what I mean? They want to say hi. I'm inside the restaurant. Everything is chill. And we have this patio section where it's kind of fenced out, but it's not tall enough. It's a short fence. And I see this man and he's walking around the patio and he's kind of reaching over the fence, like talking to the customers. I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not a homeless hater. If I have food, I'll give it. And also, I respect the hustle. Like, if this man is politely asking, like, yo, is there any way you could give me some food? Is there any way you could give me some change? Like, I'm going to respect your hustle, dude, and I'm going to let you do your thing. Like, I'm here hustling and you're here hustling too. Like, I get that. But when people start getting aggressive with it and I can feel from the customer's body language that they are uncomfortable, I obviously have to step in because I don't want the customers feeling uncomfortable. They're just here to enjoy their Saturday night and they're having a good time and you don't want to be bothered. I get it. Okay. And also just being in LA, I have grit. Everyone in LA, I'm sure can relate to this, but like we have homeless grit. Like I see homeless people's ass probably 3 times a month and I'm not even fucking around. I've gotten used to it. Like people's butts are out. That's LA. I love my city. They're my friends. Like we used to have a homeless guy that would come all the time just to say what's up. Like we are all homies. Anyways, this guy starts aggressively kind of harassing the customers. And because of the customers, you know, body language, I could tell that they were uncomfortable. Inside, I'm watching this happen. I'm like, I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to be a part of this. Like, yeah. But I'm not going to let the other girls do it because that's like, nah. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to take one for the team. So I take a breath and I walk outside and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, say, you got this. You got this, girl. You got this. Okay. So I approach him. I go up to him calmly, politely with a smile. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm sorry you can't bother the customers. You have to keep it moving. Sorry. And he turns to me and he's like, shut up, ho. It's not funny, actually. He's like, shut up. Ho. Hey, she's a ho. She a whole damn ho. Like, what? I'm like, what the? She a hoe, everybody. Look at this hoe. What the hell is going on? He continues. He goes on for about another 10 seconds. This girl is a hoe. And then the unthinkable. This is where it gets not funny. The unthinkable. He goes, spits in my right eye. Straight shot. Boom. He had the best aim. I'll give him that. Shit. But he aimed straight into my eye. Not near it, at it. Straight shot. Just straight, like direct hit. And I froze. And I quietly put my head down, ran back to the kitchen, and I washed my face like 10 times, tried to rinse my eye the best I could. And I was like, I'm gonna get pink eye. I am gonna get pink eye. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I was like, why am I here? You know? Like, why me? Why do I have to go through this? I'm kind. I started questioning my life. No, seriously, I did for a second. He tested me. I almost called it quits. I was like, bro, I'm out. But no, don't let this man. It's grit. We have grit in LA. LA builds you. It builds you up. It also builds you down sometimes, but it builds you up. We are tough. I think I have a stronger immune system now. Like I can laugh at this and make fun of this now because it's been a couple years since. But at that time, I wanted to cry. She a whole damn hoe and then like spit? That's crazy. You could call me a hoe. I don't give a hey. Degrading. Okay, I'm gonna need a second. Also, if you guys are new here, I just want to let you know that I make cute weekly vlogs and stuff, so check those out too. Moving on to story number 5, which is called The Ivy League Mom. And I'm choosing this story as the closing of this entire chapter because this one kind of got under my skin. This one kind of felt a little personal, especially because I specifically was dealing with this woman. I mean, I don't even know if I chose the right story to like end it, but you should listen to it anyways because here we are. Also, just thank you for listening to my story. Thank you. If you're still here, thank you for being here. Let's close this chapter out. This woman walks in, right? And I immediately clock her vibe. She has this like impatient aura about her. She has like a bunch of shopping bags and she like feels like she's in a hurry, but she's going to order food anyways because she doesn't care. And at this point in my head, I'm like, I hope she's nice. And sometimes customers surprise me because I can sense this energy, and because I'm nice, they end up being nice back. So this woman comes up to me and she wants to order takeout. Great, easy, done job. Great. I'm a professional at taking to-go orders. I love taking to-go orders because it's like, okay, what do you want? Okay, I'm just gonna package it and you go. Off you go. See you later. Bye. Right? I take her order, and because I already felt her impatience, I just let her know, like, just to let you know, the food is going to be ready in about 15 to 20 minutes. I will call your name when the food is ready. We're not a fast food restaurant, so it's not going to come out in like 5 minutes. That's just not going to happen. Standard procedure, great. I go back to working. The closest table to her had their hand raised. So I went over there and I was like, hi, what can I get for you? Taking their order. While I'm taking their order, I can feel, it's like not even a minute has gone by, maybe like 2 minutes. Right? I can feel her energy. I'm like, I feel like someone's like down my neck, or that she's like pretty fairly close to my body, like kind of watching me as I take this person's order, which is already rude in itself, but we're not even going to talk about that. And after I take their order, I put the menus back and she's like, is it ready? What? It's been like 2 minutes. And again, very politely, I say, I'm so sorry. It's only been 2 minutes. It's probably going to take about another like 10 to 12 minutes. She was like, okay. So then I go back to working. Maybe a minute has gone by and I can feel her again. I'm like, what? Like I thought I had like dust on me or something. I'm like, get this dust off. Like I feel her. And so then I turn around while I'm like cleaning a table, not even cleaning, but like gathering all the plates. And I'm like, here we go. And then she says, let's pretend like this is like the cashier table. She goes, puts all her shopping bags down. She's like, one by one, puts her stuff down. Shopping bag, her purse, her phone, her whatever, right? Puts it down. Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Can you watch this? Don't leave this behind. Did I put on this uniform today to watch your stuff? Like, oh, I didn't know that that's what I was like getting paid to do here today. And so I politely and I say, I am so sorry, ma'am. I'm working. I have to I have to bus tables. I have to take orders. Like I can't just sit here and watch your stuff. Unfortunately, I don't mind you leaving your stuff here. We just can't be held responsible if something gets stolen. But you are more than welcome to leave your stuff here and use the restroom and come back. She let out the biggest sigh as if I was saying the craziest shit ever. Okay. Goes to the bathroom. I'm like, I don't know why you're mad at me, but I don't care. It's okay. I'm just going to keep working. It's going to be fine. We have so much grit at this restaurant. Like at this point, we're fairly like not fazed by anything. Her phone that she leaves on the counter, it has a picture of her son from graduation. And I only say this because it's important later on in the story. So then this woman comes back from the restroom. And because I know that she's impatient, I didn't have to, but I just wanted to let her know. I checked on her order. Her order is about to be ready in like 5 minutes. So I said, hey, just let you know your order is about to be ready in about 5 minutes. I thought she would appreciate that, which I don't know if she did or not, but that's beside the point. So then her food is ready. I pack her stuff. I walk over, I call her name. She's like kind of near the entrance and I give her the bag. I say, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night. So professional. Ooh, not even professional. It's just like standard procedure. Anyway, so I give it to her and I'm about to say bye. Then this lady is like heading out. There's people trying to come inside to the restaurant and she's like literally in the middle of the door, just blocking the entrance. She turns around and she goes, did you go to college? And in my head, I'm like, why the fuck does that matter? But okay, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna answer the question. I was like, yeah, I did go to college. Where did you go to college? She was kind of sounding a little snobby, not gonna lie. She was like, where did you go to college? So then I tell her, I said, I went to USC. Then she tilts her head and she's like, so what was your major? What is this neck, first of all? And then what is your attitude? Tone it down. Also, I don't even have to answer your question, but I don't know why at that moment I felt inclined to answer. I think it came from like this ego wanting to prove myself, because I really felt like at the moment she was kind of looking down on me already. And I was proud. I'm proud that I went to USC. So I said to her, I said, I went to USC. And then she was like, what? So what was your major? At that point, the customer behind her, he's like looking at me, he's like, are you okay? Like, what's going on? Because I think he felt the tense energy between me and this lady. And he can hear this lady kind of talking down on me. So then I tell her my major. I said, oh, my major is in the arts. I did stage management. And she goes, huh, and you're still working at this restaurant? Bitch, what the? She like laughed like a villain underneath her breath with a smile, with a little smile. Ooh, that evil smile. I will never forget it. I will never forget that evil smile. And then she leans in and she goes, my son went to Dartmouth. I'm like, good for you. Everyone clap. Everyone clap. Good for you. Actually, good for your son too. That's a really great school, honestly. Am I too nice? I don't know. I wanted to kill her with kindness, but I don't think she could be killed with kindness. I think it just goes through her. Like, I thought I was like slaying the sword of kindness when I said, wow, that's amazing that your son went to Dartmouth. That went straight through her. And she said, I know. Did you go to Dartmouth? Did you go to Dartmouth? Like, were you? I'm sorry. Were you the one that went to Dartmouth and graduated? I don't think you were the one that your son did. Good for him. I will applaud your son. You and your behavior. Ah, that is called an Ivy League mom, and I don't like it. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like the taste of it. Get out. Go. Goodbye. See you later. Sayonara. Bye bye. And she turned around and she was like really proud of herself. And I was like, oh, I want to crush that ego so bad. I just want to hammer it down. Ugh. But she walked away. And the guy that was behind her kindly said, USC is a great school. And I was like, that's all I needed, man. And it's not like I'm seeking validation from others. That interaction was just like, she was just like freaking horrible. I'm like, why do I have to deal with you? Like, why are you putting me down? Like, I'm just working here. Also, a lot of artists are working and bartending and working at restaurants. This is an honest living. We are working hard. I don't know what your son majored in. He can be majoring in biology and also working at a restaurant. Like, it is not degraded. It is not a diss to be like, and you work here. If you've ever worked in customer service, you know this, but people will always try to test your inner peace. They will stomp on your confidence and run it to the ground. This woman almost got to me. She really almost got to me, but you get tougher. Whew. So that is the end of my restaurant story series. If you have your own customer service experience, I would love to hear about them. I know I'm not the only one who's gone through weird encounters. I would love to hear your stories. This vlog is definitely different from my usual content. If you like this story format, please comment. Do we want more unhinged restaurant stories? Because living in LA is like basically living in a reality TV show that you never asked for. So I have an archive full of stories. Should I make this into like a series? I don't know. It could be like Tales from a Hot Pan, or I just made that up, but like, I don't know, something fun. If you are new here, I also do weekly videos, week-to-week vlog style videos as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this style. If you already are my subscribers, I know you guys, the girlies out here, let me know if you like this, if you don't like this. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I hope I see you guys again. I hope that at least I made you laugh, cry, cringe, I don't know, something. I made you feel something. And also just thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. I'm not going to tell you the location of my restaurant, but if you happen to come upon me, please don't bring marinated cod, okay? Bye.